All right, welcome to episode 3 of D4GOOD podcast. I am Mac Hayes. A few things happened this week. We had a little patch, I guess. Was that this week? Yes, that was this week. Somewhat of a patch that allows us to purchase some scrolls here, which I'll show you in a second, with our boss powers, or Spectral Ash, rather, the seasonal currency. So we have a patch that released that. We have a PTR campfire chat coming up here. So out of nowhere, it's a pretty short season, actually. It's going to only be a couple of months. I didn't even realize. Let's check this out here, actually. But real quick, I want to explain what's going on as far as this mythic farm goes. Basically, you can farm as many mythic sparks as you want right now. It just depends on how much spectral ash you have and how much you want to do this, because it does require you making a new character and about 15 minutes of leveling this character through the campaign. So all you do here, basically, you do have to have a character that you can buy oath scrolls from. So on my Sork here, you can buy oath scrolls. They are, let's see here, yeah, 250 each. You can't see right now, but I do have about 20,000. I've blown a good couple 100,000 doing this, and not even for mythics either, just doing it for the caches too, because it's a pretty tedious farm to do it. But this is a possibility you can do if you do need some sparks. If you are just dying for mythics, you can do this. So what you do is you want to buy the scrolls from a character that you can. So on your main, you buy scrolls. You need about 15,000. It's going to cost you a little under 15,000. I think it's 14,750 to be able to afford one spark. Once you do that, already have a alt leveled up here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so just make your alt and then do the seasonal questing up into a specific point, okay? If you go past this point, you're going to screw up. You can fix it, but just don't even go past this point. You want to do the leveling, so I'm at level 5 right now. Up until this point to where you unlock the Oath Reputation board. Don't go anywhere past that. Once you do that, you can just use these scrolls to unlock the caches here. So I'll show you here. It's pretty tedious. It's dumb, honestly. Like, I hate doing this, but it's in the game, so whatever. So they also do not stack, by the way, so you will need, I think it's almost like 2 inventories full of these scrolls. I don't know why they don't stack. Like, what were they thinking? But yeah, you just do this. We're gonna just pop all these right here, right off the bat. We get 6,000 per scroll, so that's 6,000 oaths reputation towards the bounty board specifically. And we're just going to fill up our inventory and then double check where we're at on the board, because we're almost to the mythic cache, I'm going to guess. I hope we have enough here. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We have more than enough. Okay. So on my level 5 here, I opened all those scrolls and I'm almost to my mythic already. We're at tier 15. So I just gotta do about, I'm just gonna pop these, go about halfway, double check. We're at one more cache here, okay? Already there, easy peasy. Gonna keep going here. Nope, not yet. That should do it right there, yep. There we go, and then we just grab our caches. Bam, easy spark. And I'm gonna actually put this back into my stash. So these caches here are class bound. I could just open it on my rogue, huh? Yeah, I'll do that. So if you do want to use those greater caches that you unlock from the alt, make sure you do like the alt that is the class you want, for example. I guess that makes sense. So we'll see what I get from these caches here. Possibly even craft the mythic, why not? I should have sparks for it. I'm running low on gold. Wow, I am. Let's see here. Okay. Open that one first. Make sure I get my spark. Thank you. So that takes about like 15 minutes just to get to that point on the alt, and then maybe 20 to 30 overall just to get the sparks. So a couple of sparks every 30 minutes or hour, assuming that you have the ash for it. Okay. So let's craft a mythic real quick. Mythic unique. Ew, a Doombringer and its damage reduction. I'm just gonna salvage this instantly, dude, honestly. Alright, so that was the mythic farm tactic there. You can do it if you want. I don't recommend doing it, honestly. I still have scrolls to spend. I'm not even gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it normally. If you do it normally, you can just go back and... Let's see if I have room for this. Go back and get the caches as normal here, if I even can. I don't think I unlocked it on this character yet, so never mind. I am a liar. Not on this character, at least. Alright, so... now that that's taken care of, let's actually just jump right into leaderboards here. Let's go to helltides.com. Let's see who is popping off leaderboard-wise. So overall, we have Makuna, of course, up top. We have Sorcerers just taking over. Yeah, Sorcerers are the top until number 41. We have Barb with PXX. And then Necros behind with the Spear, Ranny Neck, 53. What else do we got here? Matthias at 75 with Rogue. And then, I don't know who that is, 77 with Druid. Where is Spiritborn? Oh, God. Holy, wait, where is Spiritborn? There we go, KGB. We're going to go class by class here, though. So up first is Barb. We have PXX at first place. We have Old Fox here, Barton, top 3. Shout out to these guys, good job. Looks like 113 is the top for Barb currently. What build is this here? Okay, yeah, looks like we're just running some Whirlwind. 113, taking him almost 15 minutes there. Shout out to PXX though, and we got Sork here with Makuna, of course. If you don't know who Makuna is, are you even playing D4? We're doing the Lightning Spear Sork. That's what I'm playing as right now, actually. Just following his build. Oh, wait, no. That's by Rogue. Never mind. Go back to my Sork here. I'll post the build links in the description, by the way, if you're curious how Lightning Spear works. I'm just going to go ahead and post Makuna's video as well in the description. I didn't get any permission or anything, but I'm just going to do it. Just go follow his builds. He knows what he's talking about. If you're a Sork, you're going to want to use Makuna's builds. If you care about the min-maxing and the absolute best build that you can play. Especially for this season, this is the Lightning Spear Sork here. So follow that. And there's a technique here basically that I like to use. I'll show you here. It's a perma evade build. So basically, I like having my evade on my scroll wheel versus spacebar. It just feels so much better for me. And I'll even hold down my mouse button and my right click, and I'm just fucking popping off, dude. Just blasting through this map. Look at how insanely fast this is actually. This is insane. I just scaled this entire map, and no big deal. Everything's dead. It's insane. So try out scroll wheel over spacebar. I like it a lot better. I just literally hold down my buttons here like that, and I just scroll, dude. That's all I'm doing. And I cast my flame shield and my unstable and my my ice whatever swords, fireball here and there. It's so easy. It's so good. Definitely try that out. Yeah, back to leaderboards. Makuna up top, first place for Sork, and we have CCC and Veg. Top 3 there, so shout out to those guys. For Rogue, we have Matthias here up top. Follow this guy's build. Shout out to Matthias, by the way. Is it Matthias? Hope I'm pronouncing that right. For the Death Trap Rogue this season, it's popping off. It's insane. So shout out to him. I'll post a link in the description for his build as well. His guide, rather, on YouTube. on how the Death Trap Rogue works. Definitely check that out here. Druid, we have, I don't know how to pronounce your name, DMC and Thanatos. Shout out to you. Oh, nice. We got Boiler. We got a shout out to Boiler, actually, number 4. Okay. So 111 is the top for Druid. That's not bad. It's not bad. And what is Druid doing exactly here? I'm just going to go ahead and go to Boiler because we know who Boiler is. And pretty much trust him. Cataclysm is the build. I'm not sure what the differences are between this season and last season, but yeah, it looks like Stone Burst is the setup here, guys. So using Stone Burst now. Very interesting. I'll have to take a look at that later. And then Necromancer top is Ranny Neck Spear. Don't know you. And Lord Sara with Max Roll, top 3. Shout out to you guys. So Spear is top. I think this might be Blood Wave that Sora is using. Actually. Yes, it is. Nice, nice. Good to see. I'm a Blood Wave enjoyer myself. I'm not a fan of the Spear gameplay, so I'll have to try pushing a bit on my Necromancer myself, see what I can do. I've done, I think, 105 on my Necro. Where is 105 even at? So technically, I'm like a top player, but am I? You know, who's even keeping track here? I can't wait until they implement actual leaderboards in the game. Not top 5, top 50, top 100, whatever. Spiritborn here, KGB up top, Hyper and Dronix. They're popping off at 106s. That's kind of insane compared to like few minute 150s a few seasons ago. We're now doing 106s in 13 minutes. Let's see here what build this is. Not quite sure. Yeah, some Quill Volley, probably a Shava, I'm assuming. Unless they nerfed it and it's something else now. As far as like boss powers go, I don't think it goes over the gear too much. But take a look on helltides.com, guys, if you're interested in what those builds are and whatnot. And shout out to the leaders for these classes for sure. Good job, guys. So as far as my progression goes this season, I now have 3 characters. I'm currently on my Sorcerer right here, the Shakuna build, the Lightning Spear Makuna variant. Shakuna variant, actually it's a speed farming variant, but basically, like I said, I'll post descriptions, builds in the description so that you can just click those and check it out for yourself. I recommend doing Lightning Spear. It's the fastest build in the game right now. And probably just blast around pit 80. You can do pit 90s. Whatever you can do in around less than or equal to 90 seconds, I would say. Just blast those pits if you do care about experience. I'm at 268. I'm not too worried about it, honestly. Like, I got to 300 in a couple of weeks last season, and I don't know. It's not a major concern for me. That's my Sork that we're going Lightning Spear mainly. We have a Blood Wave Necromancer here as well. I might just actually delete this Mythic Spark character now. We have the Rogue here, Death Trap Rogue as well. My few characters, as far as like, I don't know what my best piece of gear would be. I think my favorite, I love Blood Wave. I love the combination of it. I just hate how sometimes it doesn't activate. It can be clunky if you don't do it right. I got the rhythm down, I'm pretty sure, but I think for now I'm just going to be farming on my Sorcerer here. It's just too good. It's just way too good. It's interesting, though, because the season is a weird one. People are kind of upset for the most part, I would say, as far as how just, like, where their progression is. It's very hard for them to progress this season. I personally am a fan of it, someone who does nothing but play the game. I like the fact that I have something to look forward to and something to play towards every time I log in, right? During the first few days, there were clan members in my clan here. I'm just to pull it up here. I got dudes leading my clan, guys. I got my best, like, players leading my clan, man. Like, no hard feelings. It is what it is. My clan's just not active right now. You know? No one's online. the good players are not online. The blasters are all leaving. They're not online. There's a few people online, you know. And shout out to people who are, by the way. Like, I love you guys. But it's just, I want to bring it up because if the devs don't make a good season, it affects a lot, you know. Like, people start logging in and like talking about how bad the game is in clan chat. And yes, like, moderators and officers should like take care of that if it happens, but it is what it is, man. We're not happy with the season, I don't think, and you can do a lot better. We're not happy when you give us like one of the worst seasons and then you just dump all of these like not pay to win, sorry, microtransactions on top of it, dude. It's just so disrespectful to the player, honestly. I'm not even buying any of this shit. I bought some, but I'm not using it. I don't care for it. I still have to buy all this. I've been capped out. I do not care for the cosmetics. Like, I've got to turn my camera off, I guess, but yeah, like, I'm still missing some things here, you know. In the old battle pass, I would have everything because I just go through it and click it. Okay, cool, unlocked. This is so ridiculous when you log in. I'm just gonna keep on posting it, man. Nice crotch shot. And, you know, give me the option to purchase some platinum too. $7, $8 for this, dude. That's fucking crazy. All right, I'm done. So you give us just honestly a shit season. I like it myself, but all I do is play the game. I love the game. So I'm going to like it, and I'm going to be biased towards it, honestly. Diablo 4 and the developers and the directors, they have to earn the fan base. And the problem is, dude, like, Rod even tweeted himself something about, like, we're no longer making the game for the blasters. We're making it for the fucking dads, is what he's saying, for lack of better words. Let me just pull it up here. All right, so I'm not sure if this is the exact, like, thing right here, but this is what I'm referring to. It's an interview with this homie here with Rod Ferguson, and there's a lot of pressure to feed the blasters, he said, of most... I don't even know that word. You think... all I do is play D4. I think I know what this word means. But they don't want to leave the weekend gamers behind. What does it even mean, honestly, dude? The weekend gamers have plenty to go for all season long. I don't know what this means, Rod. I don't know what this means. And you need to feed the blasters because the blasters are the Twitch streamers, you know. You got most of your Twitch streamers that used to love your game. They're off playing other games now. And that is a factor. You know, people log into Twitch, they see the sidebar, who's playing what, who they're following. Maybe not the biggest. So the thing is that, like, they're making so much enough goddamn money and then some because you dad gamers, I'm calling you out, dude. I don't give a fuck because you can afford it. And I did the same shit. I've spent thousands of dollars on this game just because I can afford it, because I log in and it's the only way to get the shit, right? It's the only way to get the cool looking armor and these little cat pets and the fucking Berserk collab, you know? It's the only way to get this shit is to pay for it. So Blizzard, what you're saying to me is that in order to get the cool rewards that I should be able to grind for in the game, I have to actually go get a job, work a few hours, and pay for that. And people go, oh, you don't have to buy it. Dude, fuck off. Just fuck off, dude. Okay? So when you say things like that, you're catering to these just... I'm going to call it out, dude. I'm sick of it. I'm mad. These dad gamers, these stupid people, and the people with problems, right? People have, like, addiction issues, and they're stupid, like myself. So when they see an armor set and they can't afford it, they're just going to fucking buy it. Lots of these people have, like, minimum wage jobs, too. When I worked at my company a few years ago, and we had our lunch breaks, it would be like all of the employees were talking about like what they're going to be spending their money on as far as just like unnecessary bullshit. you know, and that includes in-game cosmetics. It's so sad, guys. Please stop. Please put a stop to it. It's not going to stop, but man, how pathetic, you know? I have to just talk about it. I have to. As much as I love the game and Diablo, I have to talk about how sickening this shit is, man. Anyways. So yeah, it's a bit of a bummer, you know, trying to support the game when we as the customers don't feel respected. We feel abused in a way almost. And Blizzard used to be that company that respected the customer. Well, I don't know about that, you know. You design games that just ruin lives, I guess. I don't know how respectful that is, but all jokes aside, you know, now they are attacking our wallets, and a lot of these games cannot even be released in some fucking countries because these countries have gambling laws and this type of shit, you know? And I don't mean to get political, but maybe we do need to just get some laws and regulations in there, because it's so bad. It's so bad. So it's why, like, I go to even support other companies like GGG and Path of Exile, because even though it's like similar, at least when I buy, so it's like a similar, you know, concept, but it's just not as predatory, man. It's so predatory and bad. Anyways, we got PTR Campfire coming up next week. I'm actually excited for that. I hope they have some exciting stuff for Season 9. Hopefully some system updates. There's still some things like, I guess, you know, they added the Ravens of the Trees here, which were missing for the first couple of weeks. Cool. So that's new in the patch. They tried to buff some things too, but it's all the same stuff. You know, I thought that Minion Necromancer was going to do good this season, but it's not. Kind of bummed about that. There's a lot of T4 builds you can do, don't get me wrong. Now, to get those builds into T4, it might be an issue, but at least we can do them, I guess. And that's kind of the progression. That's kind of the fun of the progression, right? Like, why? What is the purpose of even having 3 torments? In my opinion, I explained this, I think, in episode 2, the last episode. I'm like, let's just squish these torments so we have literally just fucking normal Nightmare Hell, like in D2. You know, normal's leveling. Nightmare is your T1 and 2, I guess, and then Hell would be T4. You know, Hell is when you have your ancestrals and everything's masterworked, then you can go into T4 or Hell. But it is an open world game, so you try to want to have the population all on one difficulty as much as possible, unless it is content like pits or nightmare dungeons or hordes, where it should be the pushable content, right? That's the content you want to push your difficulties on, not open world. Like, I really miss the whispers too, actually. I'm okay with it, I think. It feels more natural because now we're doing whispers in the world, but I still just mainly focus the 5 Grim Favor ones. I'm ignoring everything else. I'll get them as I'm playing type of thing, but I like to grind out, so I'll pop off and do like this incursion real quick, and then I'll go down here and do like not a horde actually, maybe a horde. Do a boss real quick, and then what's next, you know? That's what I miss about Season 7 is the fact I was able to go into any of 3 zones at any given time and just grind out these whispers. So I have a few alts now, and it's better for me to just blast these whispers out, and we're doing them in a more natural open world as intended feeling, I guess, right? The flow feels better. It could use some work, though. It's getting there. They're cooking, I hope. Just do a little bit better, I think. Maybe I would probably just, I don't know, get rid of the other whispers type of thing and have us focus on just the 5 Grim Favor ones. Somehow let us realize or apply nightmare dungeons towards these, because it's kind of awkward. Like, you want to do these, but okay, am I really gonna go over here and, you know, craft a bunch of keys to find the right one? You know what I mean? No, I'm not. maybe, but come on. Maybe that's what they want us doing. It's kind of crazy. I guess that makes sense. That's the version of like map crafting maybe in this game. Oh, we see a nightmare dungeon with the whisper. We got to craft it. I don't know. It's silly. Yeah, things like I'm just missing the whispers, and then things like I was hoping for like the minions to pop off this season. They're not popping off this season. We got bugs still. Don't say you're fixing things and things are fixed if they're not fixed. Okay? Let's stop doing that. Honesty is the best policy. Let's practice this. If you're gonna fucking force us predatory ass fucking shopping, just be honest with us. You know? But yeah, so the bugs are just like, we got the horde bugs. We get like random messages and it's a buggy mess still. It is what it is. You're lucky it's a fun game to play still. Yeah, we do have the PTR and campfire chat coming up here on Tuesday, I believe, in a few days. Yeah. So I'll be watching that and then we'll go from there. Probably play a lot of PTR because season 8, it's kind of unfortunately. But I'm glad it's a short season, only a couple of months here. And then real quick, just to close some things out, there were a few like of ideas I've been thinking of as I'm playing the season. I wish there were more XP event type things. Remove the orbs. Maybe those XP orbs. I didn't even realize there was experience orbs to pick up in Undercity at all. And then like, oh my god, there's fucking orbs here to pick up. How dumb. Maybe we have like experienced goblins in the open world. Maybe we have experienced whisper caches. Just to like, for example, let's say we're Paragon 270, right? And we have to blast a few pits at high tiers to get that level. What if we had a whisper cache that just levels it up? You know, like, why not? Maybe it's rare, I don't know. Give us incentive maybe to go out and farm, not just the pit for XP. I don't know why this would fix it, but I don't think it's like a bad idea. Maybe we have stuff like a goblin incense to pop. Because the whole solution I'm trying to solve here is just like only pit spam for XP. And then maybe I'm okay with it if we had more like, more group like synergy within these pits. So GA icons on minimap, please. And then GA items on top of the item. GA stars on top of the item. Like for example, yeah, so very rough idea what it would look like here, but basically if the item was 3 GAs, you would know because it has 3 stars on the item right here. 2 GAs, 2 stars, 1 GA, 1 star type of thing, right? I think that's doable. And then I love the Citadel personally. I think with a couple of touches, it would be more popular. Give like an extreme version, maybe like a Citadel Mythic type of thing. That also drops within the Mythic pool, obviously, but like 25% from Citadel, and then like can also drop from other bosses still too, right? So it's like we have a better chance to get it from the Citadel. So if I want this Mythic, I will farm the Citadel. What if you could just like kind of target farm Mythics, or you can like deposit sparks type of thing? I'm getting too out there, but there's things you can do with the Citadel to give us reasons to go into farm for it as a group, I guess, type of thing. People don't like it because it's group play. Wah. Find a friend. I don't know, dude. Figure it out. Like, ignore the criers and haters on the Citadel, please. It's an awesome game mode. It just needs some touches, and maybe more like an extreme version type of thing, because once you learn the mechanics, you can kind of just go in and blast, and it becomes very tedious. So in the future, if you do develop things like this, maybe give us more RNG with mechanics so that we're not just doing the same thing. For example, take a look at like the Last Wish raid from Destiny 2. If you can have mechanics like that, where we're having like we get like a symbol that we have to solve somewhere in a room while another teammate's fighting ads, doing other things like that. Like, and then do this like every season, dude. Give us like a new challenge every season so we get like a streamer race type of thing. Not just for Citadel, I'm just saying in general, you know, like something like that. Something like, you know, a leaderboard, like the first, you get a reward, you get a title, first to completion of the season type of thing, you know, for streamer races. If that makes sense. Let our pets that we buy and purchase roam around the town, not for everyone to see, but at least for ourselves, kind of like in Path of Exile, how you can have your pets be in your hideout. I think it'd be cool if we can just at least have the pets we're not using walk around town, and we'll see them randomly, right? A clan stash would be huge. We have a bunch of like boss keys to give out. We're already sharing, I think, you know, stashes with other players. Why not just give us a stash to share with our clan specifically? Increase rewards and meaning the hard grind. So like Paragon 300, why now this season? I did it last season. Why am I doing it again this season? You know, maybe there's like another like, maybe I get like a small little star or something against my title, right? Like maybe I get like a new color or something. Every time I hit 300, that's what would be cool, is like a prestige system maybe. I think that's like, I don't know, a good idea. Prestige, Paragon Prestige, you know? So think like, I guess, Call of Duty. You can prestige when you hit max level, and then you get a new badge that shows off you prestiged. Why not do that? Why not do that? Why not do that? No, I'm actually like curious and honest. Why is this not in the game? It's pissing me off now that this is not in the game. All right. Anyways, in-game market, at least like a rune exchange, right? So in-game markets, they've said, I think before, they're not really planning on doing anything like that. That's fine, whatever. I just do not want to use Diablo trade. Maybe give us like a rune exchange like Path of Exile has with their exchange system. So we can like put runes up on the exchange for gold type of thing. I think that'd help out a lot. And then I guess be forced with Diablo trade. I hate it, but whatever. I don't hate Diablo trade, by the way. I just wish it was more smooth. I just hate the fact that we have to like go through the process. We have to find the item. You have to pay money to avoid ads, which is fine, whatever, I guess. It's fucking dumb, but whatever. And then if you pay the money, you have to go through like a possible, like, how do I sync up everything? Because there's like 3 other accounts. There's like your Discord, Diablo Trade, Blizzard, and then the whole nother company that manages the Diablo Trade site you have to link up as well. So it can just be a fucking hassle to even get the ad-free experience like it was for me. So after 30 minutes of hassling and figuring out how to fucking fix it, I'm finally on the ad-free fucking site to sell my item. And then when I do that, I get a couple of messages. One is like, oops, wrong item, my bad. And then the next one goes like this. Okay, I have to add them in game. It takes a good minute. It takes a good minute to add them as a friend. Not all the time. Sometimes. But I would say on average, if you're like a trader, it can take a long time for a person to accept your friend request. So you go and you like accept the friend request, and then you request to join party, and then no response sometimes. And then they join, and there's like other people in the party, so it's kind of confusing. And then you before it was a little worse. It's kind of better this season since you can teleport to player. But it was like you used to both teleport to each other and then again like back and forth a couple times. It's just such a shit experience trading is in this game. I love trading in ARPGs. Diablo 4 has the worst experience, dude. There's people who argue like, I like D4 trading more than Path of Exile trading. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, sorry. So yeah, that being said, give us some sort of rune exchange, dude. It's such a hassle. You have to add people to even trade in the first place, you know? I have to add them as a friend. I don't want friends, you know? It'd be so much better if we can just like have like a stash tab, man. Give us a stash tab to trade, a trade tab. We can either list the item individually or list the entire tab as just like for sale. So maybe there's a board up here. We'll use this board right here, and you can search your stats, right? Oh, I see that a person has this in the stash tab because it's public stash tabs, right? I see that this person has this. You just make the offer right then. They get the whisper. Blow. I see the whisper. I can then invite you to my game without even having to add you, man. What a concept. I think that's about it, though. I have. Let's see. And then I was wondering, next season, we're going to have to wait for the campfire chat, but they're doing like some Herodric stuff, I think. I wonder if there's going to be like a Herodric cube. Maybe we can do uniques into a cube and have multiple uniques going on. Interesting. But on that note, imagine if aspects were not class bounded. We can just go crazy with the aspects. You can be a Sork and wear barb aspects, vice versa. You know, I can be a necromancer and have earthquakes popping off, and I can juice these earthquakes type of thing. I don't know why I would, but why not? It'd be fun. And maybe that's the kind of thing that Diablo 4 needs to make it a really good game, to make D4 good, man, you know? Anyways, I'm fucking starving, so it's been fun chatting here. I'm still working on YouTube stuff, by the way. It's very low budget right now, so I apologize once we get... Oh, by the way, if any of you are like artists and would like to help me out, I do need like thumbnails and intros and outros, so hit me up. Business emails up there. That's your homework, to find that and email me. Appreciate you guys watching. If you do like it, subscribe and like. For more, we're doing these once a week at least, on top of just other ARPG and Diablo 4 content. Maybe if I'm pushing or if I have guides, I'll post these as videos too. Hope you have a good night. Peace.